Don't be a loser.
For the love of God.
I'm Stephanie,
I'm Helen.
and welcome to our 52nd week of our podcasts.
That's
So,
crazy. One
yay.
year. It doesn't
Yes,
seem like it. That's so
right.
nuts. That is
It
so
seems
nuts.
like it's been a few months, but I think we've had a lot of growth
Yeah.
in our content, our reels, our confidence in being on screen. I think you were always comfortable with it because you do a lot of Zoom in the course of your
Yeah.
work,
Mm-hmm.
where I don't do as many Zoom. So it was a little different for me, but now I think I'm pretty comfortable.
Yeah. No, I think you do great.
Thank you. Or should I say thank you? Can you see
Thank
my arm?
you. Yes.
Do you get what I'm doing?
I know. Yeah.
Sophie
Sophie.
Cunningham.
Yeah, Sophie.
But what I should say is thank you to all our followers, the ones that love us and hate us. And we're super excited. And
Yeah.
we've been getting a lot of followers lately. I think people really like Spicy Helen.
Mm. That's my favorite version of Helen. When I can be myself.
Oh, my sweet friend, that is right.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's good. It's all good. Yeah, so it's been a great year.
Yeah,
We just did it because we thought it'd be fun to do, and it is fun.
it
And
is fun. And I think we're learning and growing, and that's the name of the game. And if we could help some people maybe come to Jesus or come
yeah,
to be a little smarter or healthier or happier, we've done our
less
job.
stupid. Yeah, good. Yeah.
There's the
Less
spice.
less liberal, less woke, less mentally retarded.
I have been seeing lately, speaking of your choice of words, that people are really bringing back the word retarded.
I love it. I love that
I
word.
mean, because truly, and I have to say it here, we don't say it against someone who has a birth, I don't want to say defect, a birth issue.
Yeah.
It's probably not better
When
to
we were
say birth
growing
issue.
up, we said it to like make fun of like people. It's like this is what
Just
you called someone who was being stupid. Oh, you're being
right.
retarded.
It wasn't anything about anyone who had Down syndrome or any of that because they're
No.
lovely people. We would never say
Well, I
something
would
like
never
that.
call a Down syndrome person retarded.
Neither
They're
would I.
actually beautifully bright and they
And
see the
sweet.
world in a very different way, which is so unique to them, and they're
Hmm.
they're always happy. So
And
I would, yeah,
many of the people I've met with Downs have just been loving, wonderful
yeah, they're
human beings.
fantastic. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, we use the word retarded when we want to tell somebody they're being exactly that, mentally ill, mentally
Right,
stupid.
right.
Yeah.
And that actually translates into a next thing that's been on my mind.
Oh.
There's so much hate online. We even get hate, and we're not saying anything. Well, I'm not I'm saying anything that's cruel, but you're actually not saying
Being
anything
mean.
that's
I'm
cruel
being
either.
very honest and truthful, and people don't like the truth.
Well, and some of the content that we've had, people are calling us names and they're saying that we're liberal and woke, and it's like,
No.
mm, no, I think you're in the wrong place, sir or
Yeah,
ma'am.
no, we're definitely not that.
Right. And so, but then it's just like you're just people, you're just
I,
hating to hate. You don't even listen to the message
yeah,
or anything. You're just like, oh, this must mean something bad. Hate. Rah, rah.
yeah.
Call a
Or
name.
just automatically assume that you know what we're all about, and you don't. Because if you
Right.
think that we're liberal or woke, then you are sadly mistaken and
Right.
possibly retarded.
You have read
Uh,
the room wrong.
yes. So no, we are definitely not that. If that's what you are, that's fine. Be who you are. But
Right.
that's just not who we are. And if you actually listen to any of our content, you would know that within the first, I don't know, 10 seconds,
Perhaps. Perhaps.
perhaps.
But so that's that little bit of housekeeping. I guess another little bit of housekeeping is if you haven't already followed us, what in the world are you waiting for? Follow us,
Yes.
like, share, comment, whatever. Maybe you'll give us something interesting to talk about.
Yeah,
And
we've had
we
it
love
happen.
newer topics.
Some people have put in some really interesting topics that we've chatted about, and
Hmm.
we thank them for that. So
Hmm.
I think it's a great thing.
Yep.
Audience
I do.
participation is always welcome.
Yes. So here's something, and also I know I say this a lot of times, but I'm really going to focus on it and challenge it for myself, not to say and ah. So
Oh,
let's see how I do.
all right.
So there is a federal trial over the Palisades fire, and it ended in a mistrial. And the
Mm.
jurors couldn't reach a unanimous verdict, and the jury reportedly split 10 to 2 in favor of acquittal, and it forced the judge to declare a mistrial. Prosecutors say they plan to try the case later this year.
Okay. So what's the backstory behind that? Who are
So,
they?
the
Yeah,
horrible
I
Palisades
get that,
fire.
but who are they going after?
You know what? That I don't know. They're not going after the right people. That I know. But
Yeah.
I think they're probably just trying to say that someone did things correctly and didn't misuse water or services or funds. I don't want to point out any names. You can, but I don't want to point out any names. But I think it's something along those lines if I had to take
Yeah.
a guess.
Well, yeah. Well, all right, let's see what happens again.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. The people who should be getting in trouble never do. They always have a ton of air cover. They're always protected. And it's because they're the ones who also are corrupt and have corrupt friends in the right places. So
Mm-hmm.
there you go. Nothing's going to come of it.
Well, and I think we have to stop saying nothing's going to come of it. Nothing has come of it in the past, but we need to have our voice out there and hold these people to their feet to the fire.
Yeah, that's great in theory. And the only way that's going to happen is if the public actually stands up and the audience in that state, and in that area is not going to. They are Most of them are left leaning, they're liberal, they vote Democrat, and so they're never going to stop voting based on the party. It doesn't matter.
Versus the policy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they don't. They're too ingrained, too brainwashed, they're just way too deep into it. They
Hmm.
can't, it's anything that they were told to believe, they believe,
Hmm.
and they just don't have the ability to function on their own. They have to have a politician or a government entity tell them exactly what they need to do, how to do it, how to live, how to breathe, how to eat, how to think, how to function.
Hmm.
So they're actually retarded. Yeah.
Not going to argue.
No. Well, it's true. So how can you argue with the truth?
Right. And I don't know if you have seen this. There's a Florida Democratic congressional candidate, Mark Davis,
Hmm.
and he's publicly made anti-MAGA comments. He's also been accused of online doxing a female Republican, and these allegations have not been independently verified, but his ex accounts was reportedly suspended. So there's been a lot of talk online about this, and I think it's really atrocious that someone would call for someone else to be hurt or to go to their home and hurt them and or their family.
That's exactly what Democrats do. That they tell it's like Maxine Waters. She's like, don't let anyone, don't let anybody from the Trump administration have a night of sleep. Dude, just keep harassing them. Like she was like encouraging people to go after in 2016 when he was elected, to go after the Trump administration and the people
Mhm.
that worked for him. So why are you surprised? I mean, this is what they do. Look at all the assassinations. They are Democrats. The guy, John Wilkes Booth, who shot Abraham Lincoln, Democrat. Democrat. Go down the list. They're all Democrats. They were all killed. All of these guys were killed by Democrats. So JFK, Martin Luther King, Robert F. Kennedy. You list the names. They were killed by Democrats. So that's what they do. They're also the party that fought for slavery. So why do people support them? They founded the KKK.
Right.
It's crazy to me that people go out there and defend and are proud to say they're Democrats when they have a history of being violent and morally horrible people.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But yet they like to turn that finger around and point it to the
Well,
Republicans.
yeah, they say, which is not true, that the
Right,
party switched. No, we never switched. The Republicans have always been on the side of the people, and
right.
the Democrats just have had better PR. They just have better marketing. They have the news outlets, they have all the journalists in their pocket because
Hmm.
they all feel the same way. It's look at how they feel about illegal immigrants. What do they say? Well, we need them because who else is going to clean your house and pick your strawberries? What?
Yeah,
And that's what they said about slavery. Well, who else is going to pick the cotton and who's going to clean the house?
right.
Really? Like that's who the Democrats do not see people as people. They see the color and they're like, "Oh, you're this color, so you need to do this and you need to behave this way."
We're
Yeah.
gonna put you in this category, this
Yeah.
box. Hmm.
So it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, no, but that's who they are. And they tell you who they are over and over again. So you have to believe them. So,
Well, maybe
but
in
that's,
this story, the
oh,
Democrats are the single girl with the rose-colored glasses trying to find love, and she's like, "Well, I think he really loves me, but he's just afraid
yeah. Or he hits me because he loves me.
because he's jealous because he loves me so much."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of stupid white liberal women, did
great
you,
segue.
yeah, well, is there any other with them? Yeah. Did you see how this guy, I believe it was Italy, a migrant, was fondling himself in front of people at the beach, in front of kids, families, in the middle, right in front of everybody. And these guys came up and they started like beating his ass, which they should. And this white, stupid, white liberal woman went in between them and was making sure the guy who was having his ding dongaling out in front of everyone and kids and playing with himself was okay. She was like, stop, stop, don't hurt him. But you know what? They should have hurt her too because she is mentally ill and needs to be taken away, like in a padded cell, because she cared more about this guy who was disgustingly doing something in public. So he was more important to her than the kids that were seeing him do this. Like,
Did
how do
not see that, and
yeah,
that is
how do you,
absolutely absurd.
but that's
I
what they do. That's a typical white liberal woman.
I mean, I have heard some silly, crazy things, but then I have to wonder who was she at the beach with? Herself? Was she with
Yeah.
her children? Who was she with?
Yeah, I don't know, but she was a retarded white liberal woman. Yeah.
I I cannot comprehend. I should be used to some of the craziness. We hear a lot of headlines, and we live in Florida where there's that whole headline and article of Florida man. But I still find myself shocked by people's
You know what?
hate
Florida
and
man is
stupidity.
not Florida man is not going to defend
No,
a guy doing his thing in front of kids. That Florida
right,
man will kill him. Florida man will beat his ass.
right.
I think that's what it's supposed to be. And then these stupid white liberal women, oh no, no, don't hurt them. Yes, hurt them because
Right.
they don't, who in their right mind would do that? But they've been so emboldened in Europe. They just do whatever the hell they want. They murder, they rape, they kill, they stab, they burgle, they break in. They obviously just do whatever they want to their bodies in front of everybody and don't care. Like it's,
Yeah.
I saw just another video. This migrant, you know, took a woman off of a bus in France who was pregnant, dragged her off her seat, and threw her off the bus so he could have her seat.
Wow.
Yeah, they are all horrible, mentally ill people. Why? And
And the
why did
people
the
on the bus
government?
just watched that?
Yeah, I just watched it.
No, no, the people on the bus. The people on
Well,
the
yeah,
bus were
but
just
the
like,
people there are losers. They're like, oh, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not going to get involved because I don't want to be called a name. They're all
wow.
afraid of being called names. And they're afraid if they do something, they're going to get in trouble because the police are told by the government to just let the migrants let them do whatever they want. But if somebody says anything about it, they're the bad guy. You have to go after them. Arrest them. It's absolute insanity how these people, these governments are functioning. And the fact that people voted for these people. You
Right.
voted for somebody who hates your country. You voted for somebody who hates you and doesn't live
Yes.
the life that you live. They're somewhere safe and they're away from it all. So what do they care if all of these thousands of people invade your country and destroy it. Because guess what? They're okay. They've got their situation taken care of, and I'm sure they're getting paid somehow handsomely from outside organizations to make sure that Europe is totally destroyed.
Wow.
Yeah,
Was
no,
the
it's
woman and
gross.
her baby okay?
I don't know. We didn't see, but hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully. But what's more important is I hope that guy was okay because we have to think of the migrants.
Well, he needed to
Yeah.
sit down on the bus.
Yeah, well, he's got to sit, and God forbid a pregnant woman can be in a seat. You know, absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why these people defend them. I have no idea why these white liberal women love defending these horrible men. Again, liberalism is a mental disease. Feminists are horrible people who do not care about women. They only care about what they're told to care about, and that is not women. Why would you want to protect a man who is exposing himself to children as opposed to wanting to protect the children?
Right.
No, their values are all screwed up. Their sense of morality, they feel that they are doing something good for some reason, and I don't understand how they're so mixed up in the head. But it's like
No.
that woman in New York. The guy attacked her. But she didn't want to press charges because she didn't want to put another black man in jail. So great, they release him and he kills like a 90-year-old guy, like
Yeah.
a day later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you didn't
that's a
want to put him in
horrible.
jail, but he can go, he already hurt you and
Yeah,
he can go out and hurt and kill someone else. And
which
by
he
George
did.
he did.
Yeah, and you know what? She probably still feels that she did the right thing because she's mentally retarded and stupid. It's like,
Back to the
no,
bus thing, I'm just going to say it. Back in my day, men actually got up
these are
from their
not real
seat
men.
to let a woman, let alone a pregnant woman, have a
These aren't
seat.
men. These aren't real men.
I mean, that's the contrast I'm
These
also trying to
are, yeah,
make.
I know, these are parasites.
Yeah.
They're not real men.
Things.
They're parasites. They are the disease of the world. And I don't know why Europe, beautiful Europe,
Yeah.
has decided to destroy itself by letting these grotesque caricatures of human beings into their
Right.
countries. And they're not stopping them. They are defending them, they're protecting them, they're giving them even more reason to behave the way that they behave because they have zero consequences. They are anti-European citizen and they are pro-migrant. And you know what? It's not going to last. People are going to get sick of it, and there's people are going to start standing up for themselves. And I hope it happens. It's starting to happen in some places, like in Ireland, you
Mhm.
see them doing it, but other parts of Europe, they really need to wake up and stop being losers and afraid of being called a name. Who cares if you're called racist? Who cares if you're called an Islamophobic? Who cares if whatever they call you? It's a name. Get over yourself. You can't
And
be
when you
that
know it's not
fragile.
true, if you tell me that I'm purple, I'm not. I'm not all upset because you called me purple.
Yeah. Care? Call me whatever you want. You can call me those words. I don't care. It means nothing because I
Right.
know the truth that I'm
Right.
not, and Europe is just imploding and it's very sad. It's very sad.
Well, there was this was in France. There was like 1,000 young Frenchmen, and they were on the streets of Narbonne. I don't know if that's how you say it,
Hmm.
to demand justice for a 17-year-old Lewis. This
Yeah.
boy was beaten to death by migrants aged 16 to 19 a few days ago, and the
Yeah. Of
attackers filmed themselves
course they
stomping
did.
on his head.
Yeah. Of course they did. These are parasites. They are the germs of the world. They are the lowest form of life. So of course they did. Why are you surprised about that?
Because
Yeah.
again, this extreme hate and anger still surprises me because apparently somewhere deep and down my jaded heart, I'm still loving and kind.
Yeah. And you need to stop. Otherwise, you're going to be like that lady stopping people from beating a guy who should be beaten.
No, no, I'm not. I would be the one. I thought when you were telling that story, this is how jaded I am. I thought you were going to say she stepped in to protect this thing and then he stabbed and killed her.
I'm sure he would.
but maybe he didn't have a knife on him since he was,
He was too busy fondling himself.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
But
yeah.
yeah,
So we
that,
need men to be men,
right.
and we need women, liberal women, to grow up.
Well, these liberal white women are out here protesting things, and a lot of them aren't working, aren't contributing. They're just running around, having lunch, doing their things they feel good about. And I'm sure their husbands are out at work saying, "Would you stop doing this? You know you're voting against what I'm trying to do for our family. You're doing this and this and this." And they're just out there like, "Oh, that's okay." And that's I don't care. It makes me sound like I hate women. I hate stupid people.
I hate women who don't have brains,
Yeah,
who just are blindly thinking that they need to be the saviors in the sense of protecting criminals.
right.
Yeah, no, no.
But ironically, they're never called the white savior complex or the white saviors.
Hang on one second. Okay.
Okay.
Bring this
Later.
downstairs when you're done.
Yes, baby, go ahead. Go.
I made the tires.
I love it. Thank you
Mm.
so much. Oh, yeah, let me show you.
Showed the whole
Okay,
universe.
real quick. Look at
Okay.
this DeLorean.
Ooh,
Yeah.
excellent.
Isn't that cool? Sabri just built
Super
this.
cool.
It's a Lego, one of his newest Legos.
Hello.
Um,
Okay.
hello.
Go down.
That's crazy cool.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, he's going downstairs now. He just wanted to show that to me. All right, baby.
Yeah.
I'll see you a little bit.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Nice. And let's see what else. Oh, Idaho has passed laws that allow the death penalty for very specific child sexual abuse cases, like aggravated sexual abuse of young children. And they make the firing squad a primary method starting July 1st,
Can I
2020.
volunteer to be on that firing squad?
Well, you do have your concealed carry.
Can I be the front and can I be the one that's in the center?
I mean, do you want to take a trip to Idaho? Maybe
I
they'll
would.
open.
I would be
Yeah.
like, I'm volunteering. You let me
You
know
don't
if you
have to
need.
pay me.
Yeah, no. Just let me know if you need me there.
Yeah.
I will happily join that firing squad.
Idaho,
Good.
write in to us at
Yeah,
Don't Be a Loser for the love of God.
here. Idaho is awesome for this,
Hmm.
and more states should follow. Because if you hurt a child, if you're a pedophile, if you're anything like that, a sexual abuser you should be dead. You
Right.
should be killed. You don't deserve to live because you have proven that you are not a human and you have no moral compass and you're
Right.
evil and the devil lives inside of you and it is not a sexual orientation as the these weird LGBTQ whatever community is trying to make it into. No,
Hmm.
it's not okay to hurt a child in any capacity. So yes,
No.
please kill them all. I hope they all go to Idaho. I hope they all just get shot. Pow, 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 one after another. And let's be rid of them because they are horrible animals. They're not even people. They are the scum of the world. And I
Yeah.
don't know why people defend them and come up with excuses for them and think that, oh, well, we got to be kind. No, we don't have to be kind. We have to be
Not to
real.
that.
No, not to any of it. No,
No,
got to be real. Kill them all. Every pedophile should just not exist.
I agree.
Get rid of them. What
I
are they
agree.
doing? Anyone who rapes a child, hurts a child, touches a child, even looks at a child, it's so disgusting to me that the way that the media is trying to skew it to say that it's a legitimate sexual orientation. No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's a mental disease, and they are too far gone. They have gone to the way of the devil, and I am sorry, but I am so happy that Idaho is going to start executing all these loser, disgusting pigs.
Yeah. And it makes me angry for our normal gay and lesbians and bisexuals that have to
Yes.
be lumped into that category. That
Yeah.
is not the same thing.
No. No,
at all.
no,
No,
no. It's absolutely not the same thing.
no. So there was also an Iranian singer. I'm just going to go ahead and butcher her
Yeah.
name.
Okay. Sure.
Parastoo Ahmadi.
Mm-hmm.
She was reportedly sentenced to 74 lashes, a
Mm-hmm.
2 year travel ban, and a 2 year ban on artistic activities after performing in an online concert without wearing a hijab.
Yeah. Again, ridiculous. Why aren't the feminists standing up for this woman? She didn't wear a hijab, which is oppression in its finest form.
Right,
But they're not going to say anything about it. She's going to get 74 lashes. She's got this pretty much she's imprisoned in the country at this point
right,
because she can't go anywhere and she can't do anything. But the feminists aren't worrying about that. They're going to protect the guy who's trying to fondle himself at the beach in front of kids. That's who they're protecting. That's who
right,
their guy is, not the woman who actually was being a strong, independent woman and defying a government that hates women. You can't
right.
tell me that they don't hate women. Of course they do. Look at how they treat them. It's absolutely disgusting. And I don't want to hear from any feminists in our comments. This is not right. Shut up. You are evil. You're not standing up for any women. You're standing up for men. Oh, when did feminists all of a sudden they're like, no matter what a guy does, it's okay now.
Right.
Because, yeah, I don't understand this. Did you notice that? Because again, they have no sense of what they really are standing for. They've been told what they stand for. They have their talking points, they have their bullets, they've been brainwashed, they've been programmed. So, this is good. A guy fondling himself at a beach in front of kids, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Let's protect him. He's a hero. But a woman who doesn't wear the frickin' loser hijab at a concert, and gets 74 lashes for not covering her hair because it's lustful for a guy to see hair. If you're that mentally ill that you can't tell the difference of how to treat a woman, whether you see her hair or not, you are the problem, not the woman. But the
Right.
feminists, I haven't heard one feminist stand up for this lady. And I feel so bad that she has been abandoned by the group and organization that say they support all women, believe all women, support all women. Oh no, wait, sorry. You don't fit the criteria. So no, I can't do anything against. When do they ever say anything against Islam? They never do. You notice that? Why? Because that's where they get funding. Why do they never say anything negative about that religion, about that group of people, about what they do to women and how they treat them, not just in their countries, all over the world, this is how they treat them.
Hmm.
Not one little peep from them because they have to be first anti-Christian. So they have to attack all the Christians. They have to attack the people who are pro-choice. They have to attack the people who are pro-America. They have to attack all these people,
Hmm.
but not the people who actually hurt women.
Right.
So, yeah, shut up. Just shut up.
Right.
You don't stand for women, you don't represent women, you represent an agenda, and that agenda is told to you, and the agenda is not to protect women. It's definitely not to protect women. Where are they? Why has not one of them spoken out against all of the atrocities that these Middle Eastern women are going through across the world, especially in their countries, in Pakistan and Afghanistan and Turkey, Iran, you name it. They are getting massacred. They are treated like less than animals. They have no rights. They have no education. It's sickening. You can't leave the house without being totally covered? What?
And think how hot it is there.
Never
It's
mind how hot. I don't care. They could
but
live
no,
in,
think
they could be in
seriously.
Antarctica. They don't care. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It
But it,
doesn't
it does matter
matter.
as hot as it is, and then you have all these extra layers on. That's
They
even
don't care.
more
It doesn't
cruel.
mean anything. They make them wear the frickin' burqa. They can't, like, this is what they see.
Right.
It's
Right.
like, how are you supposed how is that a human? How is they treating that woman like a human being? But you go ahead and you protest that, about some fake thing that's come across the desk and has been funneled down the channels to your
Right.
empty-headed brain. There is no brain in your head. So I don't understand how these women can look at themselves in the mirror and say they actually are fighting for women's rights. They are
Right.
not. They are not. They're like, Trump took our rights away. What right did he take away from you? Whore, tell me what right he took from you. None. Because when you ask them, they're like, I don't know. No. Yeah, because there aren't any. You were just told to say it. And when you got asked a follow-up question, your brain, the 3 brain cells that you have, all of a sudden short-circuited, and now you have 0 brain cells.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Horrible, horrible people. I don't ever, when someone says they're a feminist, I just look at them and I'm like, okay, so you're stupid. Got it. You're retarded. Got it. You don't understand anything about the world. Thanks for letting me know who you are.
People will tell you. It's something funny my husband always says. He's like, have you ever noticed when someone has a brain injury, you meet them and they're like, hi, I'm so and so, I have a brain injury.
Yeah.
All the time. They tell you right away. I mean, sometimes you're like, okay, that tracks. But it's kind of like that. When they tell you who they are,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
Also, single girls, when the guy tells you who they are when you're dating,
Yeah.
believe them.
Yeah. Seriously. Don't
Hmm.
don't think, oh, I'm gonna fix him.
And change
Oh,
him.
I'm gonna change him. Oh, he loves me. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's a narcissist, probably, and you need to get away from him and you need to grow up and realize that you need to be with a man who is a real man and not
Right.
someone who is insecure, narcissistic, jealous, or anything like that. You need to find a strong Christian man who understands what the role is to be the husband of the family, to be the
Right.
man of the relationship,
Yep.
to protect you, to help guide you, to be there for you, not to tell you
Hmm.
what to do, not to make you feel bad if you want to do something and without him, not someone who hits you or abuses you and then says, sorry, babe, it won't happen again. And you're like, okay, now
Yeah.
grow up.
Yep.
Don't be that either.
Well, speaking of agendas, did you see this? There were some Brazilian parents sentenced to 50 days in prison over homeschooling.
Yes, I did see that, which was absolutely ridiculous. You know what? God bless all the homeschoolers.
Well, wait, let me tell because some people might not know.
Yes, go ahead.
So the judge cited the lack of gender and sex education and tolerance and diversity in the curriculum. And the prosecutor reportedly recommended acquittal. The daughters were described as academically successful and multilingual. And the sentence is suspended while the family appeals.
Absolutely ridiculous. Again, the government overstepping what the parents should be doing with their children, which is raising them.
Right.
Never trust the government to raise your children. Never trust the school system to raise your children. Never trust anyone who is not the mom and dad immediate family to raise the children. They don't care about your kids. They have an agenda. They want the kids to think a certain way, which is why homeschooling in the US for a long time was looked down upon. And then over the last 10 to 20 years,
Hmm.
it's been realizing that homeschooling has been rather smart. And
Hmm.
those kids are not all kids, of course, but look at the kids who go to public school. They don't even know what they are. They're so confused because the teachers are so horrible. Yeah, but they are well socialized, they're well educated, they're very worldly, they have experience, they travel, they have all
Right.
of these great curriculum for them.
Hmm.
And they're spending time with their mom and or dad
Right.
instead of spending it with a stranger who has 30 other kids. I'm sorry, but how is that a strong education? It's not. And for I give a lot of credit to the people who do homeschool. I know a lot of people who homeschool their kids, and their kids are amazing. They're so well put together, and they're so
Hmm.
polite, and they're so smart, and they just get it. It's a totally different childhood, and it's a better childhood for so many of these kids. And they have play dates and they have co-ops and they have organizations for them to all get together.
Hmm.
So when people say, oh, socialization, what does that even mean?
Right.
They're in a classroom with other kids and they're not even allowed to talk to them because they're supposed to be sitting still listening to the teacher. How is that socialization? You
Right.
want socialization? Join clubs, join sports, go to church, get into activities. You're not, they make it seem like they're playing all day and, going doing all this amazing socialization stuff. No, they're not.
Right.
They're
Well,
not.
the kids I have known over the years that have been homeschooled have always been, like you said, polite. And what I noticed, they've always been mature beyond their years.
Yeah,
You sit down and talk to this little 8-year-old, and you're like, this kid seems like they're 15.
yeah,
I mean, they
exactly.
were a delight to have a conversation with.
Yeah. And there's so many options now with homeschooling. There's
Mhm.
online homeschooling, they have all this curriculum, so many different things. The state of Florida is so amazing. You can get a scholarship, so help pay for the curriculum that you need for homeschooling. It's
Mhm.
fantastic, fantastic. I'm sorry, but I'm not putting my son into a public school. He goes to a private school and he goes to a very specific type of private school,
Mhm.
and that was intentional because
Right.
I don't, there are some good some good public school teachers. I do believe that.
Oh, yes.
But it's not like when I was growing up and I had a fantastic education from a public school in
Hmm.
Massachusetts. It's not like that at all. And now
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't know. I see like these kids that are in public. I'm like, you're like 4 and 5, and you're already confused as to what you are.
Right.
And it's very sad. It's a very sad state of affairs that we have right now with this whole agenda of really abusing kids, mentally abusing them, emotionally abusing them,
Hmm.
sexually abusing them for the sake of what? What altar are you praying on or praying
Hmm.
to, that makes you feel that you should inflict harm to children, either emotionally, physically, sexually, it's like mentally, it's very sad that so many people are happy to harm children. And
Right.
all of those people need to be held accountable.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have another one. Well, this one because I kind of started it out with my point. But have you been seeing, do you know what that's about with Sophie Cunningham and the WNBA?
Oh, yeah, they keep hurting our little Caitlin Clark, punching her in
Hmm.
the throat while she's down and smiling about it while you're punching her.
Right.
Yeah.
Jabbing her in the eye, jabbing
Yeah,
her in
pushing
the
her
crotch.
down.
Yeah, pushing her, elbowing her, making threats while they're on the court.
Oh yeah, they're all so jealous of her. It's so sad how jealous they are of the one person who has helped the league more than anybody in the history of that
Right.
horrible league. No one cared about them until she came onto the scene. And
Right.
what do? They're just going after her because they're so jealous of her that they couldn't do what she's doing. Well,
Right.
they hate her because she's white, because she's straight, and because she's a better player than they are.
Yeah. I mean, clear reasons to hate somebody.
Yeah,
Sarcasm for those of you who can't get it who are in the back row.
yeah. On the short bus.
Yeah, yeah. So Sophie Cunningham is her friend on the team, and she has really stood up for her. I saw one interview with her, and they said something like, "Aren't you afraid for your safety?" And she said something along the lines of, "I'm a black belt in karate. I've got this."
Oh,
It was-
Sophie.
yeah, and I was like,
Great.
"She's
Yeah,
awesome."
so the number one and number two selling jerseys in the WNBA are Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. So,
Right.
come on.
Love it.
Yeah, but but they have, I don't understand why the referees tr turn blind eyes. I don't know why the league is not protecting their number one player. And it's really just petty jealousy across the board from the administration all the way down to the players. It's just
Right.
jealousy over this one woman who did so many good things for that league. Do you really
Right.
think people are going to care about it if she leaves? If she
Right.
walks away, no one's going to watch.
Right.
The only reason they started watching was because of her.
Hmm.
Nobody else. Yeah.
I was telling Tom about it and he didn't know who either was. So I keep sending him like little memes. That and the other one, have you seen? I think he's like a little, I think I've sent it to you. He's like a little rodent and he sings this little song. He's like, don't put bananas in my butt. Don't put bananas in my butt. And he has it
Oh,
with bananas, avocados, corn on the cob. And he's like, my butt is not a banana door. And he has like a little like Larry Curly or Moe, whichever, like for the Three Stooges wig on. It's hilarious. I'll send it to you. And like it's kind of like do you remember Baby Shark from a few years
oh
ago?
yeah.
It was like catchy and it gets in your head. It's kind of like that. And it's like, don't put avocados in my butt.
Oh,
Don't put
I
avocados
have
in my
never
butt.
heard this.
Yes, I'll send it to you. It's pretty funny.
I might not want it. So
No, it's cute. And viewers, if you've seen it and you think they're funny, let us know
yeah, because I
because I think it is. I'll send it to you.
all right.
My goddaughter sent it to me originally, and then I started seeing it everywhere.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So I think she sent me. Oh, there's also one with pickles,
I love pickles. I do like pickles.
but don't put them in your butt because your butt is not a pickle door.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
And that's all I have today. I'm ending it on a lighthearted note. If you have anything you want to add, it can be lighthearted or not lighthearted, or we can sign out, whatever you think.
I just want to bring back to the forefront
Hmm.
our Christian brothers and sisters around the world who are getting massacred. Again, in Nigeria, Ethiopia, the Congo, throughout the Middle East, in
Hmm.
Asia, like, it's just really sad. Like they in Nigeria, they just, murdered another priest and pretty much murdered a whole village of people, massacred them, you know, dumped them all into like a ditch, no real grave, and left the families there that survived to figure out like how to bury them. And it's just horrible, horrible. I don't understand again why the media is acting like this is not happening. Of course
Right.
it's happening. It's happened. Everyone can see that it is, but the media is like, oh, I don't see anything. Oh, hey, leave that migrant alone who's trying to fondle himself in front of kids. He's a good guy. You shouldn't be
Right.
doing that to him. While Muslims are killing all the Christians that they can find because they won't convert. Of course they're not going to convert. Why would they convert to a false religion? They're Christians. They believe in Jesus Christ. He's
Right.
our Lord and Savior. He's the Son of God. Why would they ever turn away from him?
Right.
Yeah, you want to be evil, be evil. It just shows the world who you really are and what you stand for. And you do not
Yes.
stand for tolerance. You do not stand for love. You do not stand for anything good
Mm.
because you have the devil in your heart. When you start behaving the way that they are behaving, it's not because you have Jesus in your heart or God in your heart.
No.
You have the devil in your heart. And good, we know who you are, but it
Right.
is happening, and we just need to pray for them because it does not stop. No matter what, they just keep going after them. They keep killing them. They keep threatening them. They keep raping the women. They keep beheading them. They keep stabbing them. They keep pushing them to the point where they think they're going to break them,
Right.
force them to behave they wanted them to behave. And God bless them all. They are not. They are standing strong in their faith. And it's just a horribly sad situation that they're in. But migrants, they're awesome. Let's keep the migrants, let's keep importing them into Europe, losers.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going with it. Yeah. And see, Europe's already turned into a shit show with everything that we've seen. But keep it going. You know,
Yeah.
horrible, horrible.
Mm. Yes. Thank you again. We need to keep shedding light on this.
Yeah.
And I wish it wasn't out there that we needed to shed light on it, but unfortunately it is out there. And these are
If the
incredibly
me if the
brave.
news and the journalists were really doing their jobs,
Hmm.
people would know about it and not put in our comments, this isn't really happening. It's like,
Right.
yes, it is.
Yes.
You're just too stupid to know because you listen to CNN, you listen to whatever it is.
Right.
Even Fox News. I'm not saying any media is good. All of the news media is horrible. I don't trust any of it. You have to
Right.
find the information for yourself.
Right. Right. All right. Well, on that note, pray, be a good person, be kind, and don't be a loser.
For the love of God, and don't worry about being kind.
Well, kind in your heart and a good Christian. That's what I mean. Not kind to a guy jacking off at the beach.
Yeah.
What a lovely ending that was. All right, until the next time.
Bye.
Bye.